Today's episode is sponsored by Cook Unity, and I am always over the moon to talk about Cook Unity because I actually use it. It is so incredible and convenient. I feel like during the holidays, anytime I go to someone's house, they're like, make sure to bring a holiday-themed soup. Make sure to bring a holiday cookie. So my kitchen is a mess, and I've made all this stuff for parties that I'm going to for the holidays, and I'm like, I don't want to make dinner. I never want to make dinner, especially during the holidays, and Cook Unity saves me so much. It's a flexible, commitment-free subscription. Skip deliveries, pause, or cancel anytime, and enjoy restaurant-quality meals for a fraction of the price. Subscriptions start as low as $11 a meal. Go to cookunity.com/BCC or enter code BCC before checking out for 50% off your first week. That's 50% off your first week by using code BCC or going to cookunity.com/BCC. Welcome to The Chain. This is the BCC Club. We're your hosts. I'm Kendahl and Sarah, and I'm here with the always incredible
Sarah Shower. This is the BCC Club, where each week we go down an internet rabbit hole. What hole are we getting into this week?
We are going to talk about holiday gift cards.
Yes.
Okay, if you are on any part of the internet, you've been completely infiltrated with just hundreds and hundreds of videos of people saying this is what you've got to get your wife, this is what you've got to get your sister, your mom, your dad.
Yeah.
And so I've gone through a bunch of them and pulled some things that I think are nice. I also linked the some articles that talk about the most popular gifts, because I always think that's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like every year there's kind of a thing that, like, a couple years ago, everyone wanted the Dyson Airwrap.
Yes.
Last year, what did everybody want? I feel like everyone wanted those face laser things where you, like, stick that mask on your face.
Oh, yeah.
I want one of those this year. I'm hoping to get one of those.
I actually want both of those.
I actually want both of those, yeah. But, so we're talking about that this week. Before we get into it, how was your damn week, Sarah?
Good. I did get overstimmied, so I took
Today?
No, a couple, last Wednesday. So I took my extensions out, so now it's just my hair.
It looks awesome.
It's actually, there's so many split ends at the end. But when you've had your extensions in so long, you just want to, take, a couple weeks break so, that part of your head that was holding it can breathe. But I went online, and I was like, guys, and then I just had a pair of pliers, and I, undid all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it feel so good?
It felt so good. And then I did, a deep clean, and I was, scratching my head like a bear on a tree.
Come on, get in there. That's incredible.
Yeah, it was really nice. But now I need to trim really bad. I don't use extensions for length. Sorry, I went away from the mic. I use it for thickness. I got white people hair. You know what I mean? Very thin.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
It doesn't look thin to me. It has volume at the top a little bit.
Thank you, because it's so light.
It looks great.
Because it's so thin.
Yeah. I feel like my hair, it will be the great thing of my life figuring out my hair.
You've got a great head of hair.
Well, thank you. My hair is, there's a lot of it. Like a lot. Every time I go to any hairstylist, they're like, Jesus Christ, you have so much hair. But it's very fine.
Yes.
Very fine. It is, so I will brush my hair and 2 seconds later you run a brush through it, completely knotted.
Oh, wow.
So I've had this kind of struggle because it's sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to do my hair and make it look cute. But sensory-wise, I'm just not comfortable having it be knotted.
Yeah.
And I've seen girls who have amazing hair and then they go to pull their hand through their hair and it's so knotted. I'm like, oh, clearly they're just fine with that.
Yeah.
I absolutely cannot have that. It makes me feel insane. So I always, when I have long hair, end up putting it up in a bun, as it is today. I came with my hair down and then I immediately put it up in a bun. I can't deal with it. But then I cut my hair short and I also, I have a hard time with that sensory-wise because it's I can't get it all out of my face. When it's long, I can get it all out of my face. And I can't do that when it's short.
Yeah.
So even though I think it looks better short, I don't know. I'm just have a hard time with it. But I also, the good news is, don't really try. So maybe there is, it's not like I'm doing everything I can now and it's a nightmare. I really have tried nothing, so.
I think, the solutions are endless. It's just a matter of looking and attempting. But I also understand. How you were talking about when a white guy puts on chapstick?
Oh, God, it's horrifying to
Maybe
watch.
that's you when you do your hair.
It is. No, 100%.
Yeah.
I think there is a kind of a mom who's good at hair pipeline to their daughter being terrible at hair. Because I feel like my mom's mom, my grandma, didn't do my mom's hair. So my mom was really good at hair because she had to figure it out.
Yeah.
My mom did my hair every morning before school.
Yeah.
Every single morning. She braided my hair, curled it, did something. So I went to college and literally had no idea how to do my hair.
Yeah.
Which I was glad for because I looked iconic all growing up. My hair looked amazing. And it was always nice. Like I liked my mom doing my hair. But now I don't know how to do my hair. And if I had a kid, I know they would probably be really good at doing their hair because would be neglectful because I'd be terrible at hair.
It is so interesting. We actually have the reverse experience. I learned how to do makeup and hair from YouTube, and my mom never learned how to do makeup or hair. So what the rare times that she was my mother and my equal is when I was doing her face and hair.
Yeah.
So I try to draw it out for as long as I could.
Oh, that's sweet.
So when I do hair and makeup on other people, it feels incredibly intimate, like a ritual.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I sometimes people will be like, well, I haven't gone to prom in 12 years, but like, you know, when someone invites you over and they're like, oh, get ready here. I'm like, you don't understand. Getting ready with someone is more intimate than you would think it is for me. Like, if you ask me to do your hair or makeup, you're essentially declaring best friendship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so yeah, but yeah, I think if I have children, whatever gender they are, they're gonna have really nice makeup.
Really nice makeup. I feel like I have always thought I don't think I would do much makeup on my kids, but to me brows are really important to me.
Yeah.
So I think like first grade, I'm doing your brows.
Yeah.
No makeup until you're a certain age, but the brows will always be done.
Yeah. Wait, I just realized if I have a daughter or if I have no children that like makeup, I still think the self-care is an incredibly important ritual to share with my family. So I wouldn't force them to wear makeup or do their hair. I would just have I'd make us all have like a spa time.
I think that's so good. I feel like that I am the same way. I'm really into a night routine. Now, once again, this is coming from someone who doesn't have children. Because also I will say the couple times I've watched my nephews overnight, we're not doing so. I'm literally like, go to bed. I don't care. You're wearing your clothes from today. I don't care. But in my head, how I would be as a mother would be like, we start our night routine at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And it's just hours of face masks, we're brushing our teeth, we're doing hot compresses, we're doing, all of that.
Yeah.
We're lotioning our legs.
No, seriously.
We're taking I guess you're not supposed to give kids CBD gummies, but maybe you are, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm taking my little nighttime gummies, I'm taping their mouth shut, which is great for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Because they can shut up.
Yeah.
Putting their silk bonnets on. Noise machines are new, right?
I think they've been around for a little bit.
They've been around, but in terms of like the child space, because I now don't think, and I have a lot of friends who have kids, I have not walked into a single kid's bedroom that does not have a noise machine.
Yeah.
And every time I see on TikTok people putting their kids to bed, the noise machine is on.
Yeah.
They're bringing the noise machine to LA to go to Disney. Like the noise machine, and I don't remember that being a thing. Did you have a noise machine growing up?
Night lights.
A nightlight, but a thing that goes.
My cat. When I get scared. I'm sorry.
Because I don't find that noise relaxing.
Yeah. I think I'm adding on to something. Like how children enter their rebellious phase? This is how I would handle it. Okay. If you're going to dye your hair, you have to let me do it. The thing is I'm more concerned about splat all over the bathroom than and also staining your shoulders or your shirt that I bought you. You got to let me do it. I don't care if it's purple. Let's do it orderly, right? If you want any piercing, you have to let me glue on a similar looking piercing, and you have to live with that for at least 2 weeks, right?
Wait, you have to glue one?
I get to
get a fake one.
I get to glue a bead to that location.
Sure.
And if you can, if it doesn't fall off, sure, every night you have to take it off and reapply it. Make sure you still like it, you still like how you look after a couple weeks. And if you want a tattoo young, I don't mind it. But the thing is we're going to put it on a temporary tattoo website, and I'm going to put it on somewhere on my body that you can see every day until it fades. And if you still like the tattoo after it's been on me, you can get it.
Well, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. Do you have a tattoo?
I've got 2.
Yeah, I don't know if you don't want to talk about that.
No, I want to get them lasered off, but
You're gonna get them lasered off?
The last time I went to a laser clinic, they were so mean to me.
What? Why?
No, they were okay, I talked to my heavily tatted friends, and they were confused as well. But they were more pretentious than, when you go get a tattoo, the location of tattoo, and I was like, okay, I accidentally said my address, and they said, no, on your body. And I was like, but they put location right beneath my name.
Right. And everywhere asks for your address. That is like, it's like you fill out stuff all the time that asks for your address.
Yeah,
I don't know why you would need this, but I'm putting it here.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like you name, location, today's date, sign it.
I was like, why does that need to be on a form? Ask me you'll be able to see where it is at.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it does matter which laser you use. Like if it's further away from your heart, less circulation. But then they were just really condescending, and I was like, I just want to get stuff removed.
Did you end up going through that?
No, but I want to. I've got one on my hip, and it's text that I like, and I wouldn't mind, in another tattoo, but it's faded altogether because the text was so tiny, and so it looks like a thong strap. And then the one on my back, I am not religious anymore, and that's the one I don't talk about.
Oh.
It's text, but it's not. It alludes to God, but I can't.
I love the thought of like you taking off your shirt one day, and I just see that you have like Jesus on the cross, like huge across your back.
That would actually be so fucking badass.
It would be so funny. I would be like, that is honestly iconic. Like, you should not remove that.
Yeah.
I hate when people.
Do you have tattoos?
Do I have to what?
Do you have tattoos?
I thought you said, do you have to toot? And I was like, no. And also, I don't have any tattoos, and I don't think I will ever get one because I know myself and I know that I will regret it because I would pick a bad tattoo.
You got to get it on your back. I have not seen, I regret my tattoo, but I never see it, so I don't regret it as much.
I would get a tramp stamp.
That'd be nice.
Hot. I'm sorry. I really love it. Like, it's never gone out of style for me. Like, even when people are like, oh, I'm like, no, it's still so hot. I think it's so hot. I would get, I think I thought about, it's such a slippery slope. It's like, I thought about getting a tattoo when my dad died, but it's like, when does this end? Now I'm going to get a tattoo. I don't want my body to be like a graveyard of the people I've loved.
Yeah.
I also sometimes don't want to think about my dad because it makes me sad.
Yeah.
I've thought about getting a tattoo for my dog, but then it's like, well, in my life, I'm going to have 80 dogs, hopefully.
Yeah.
Am I just going to be covered in dog tattoos? And then I'm like, I don't want to put something on my body for someone that's dead. That just makes me sad. It makes me sad. It's great. But that's the only thing I could think that's the most meaningful thing, to be like, oh, okay, I'll do that. So then I've been like, well, maybe I won't get something meaningful. Let me just get something I think is fun, kind of Marie Kondo, what sparks joy.
Uh-huh.
But I am a person who buys something at a store that I love. 2 weeks later, I want it out of my house. Like, I am so not sure of my style yet. Mm-hmm. So maybe one day I will be. I also don't know if a tattoo really fits my vibe. But no, I don't have one. I have thought about getting a tramp stamp because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Not even funny. I think it's funny and I think it's hot.
Yeah.
Same way I thought about getting my nipple pierced. But I don't think I'm going to do that because every person I know has a nipple piercing. It is so painful and it's infected 8 years later.
Yeah.
So that's, but I know I don't have tattoos. And also I don't have to toot. Mm-hmm. But what I will say is just in regards to those people being rude to you, I hate when people act like something you've done is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
When I guarantee they've had people do that before.
Yeah.
And this week, I was in line at the pharmacy, in the drive-through pharmacy, and I had my credit card out, and I was just like messing with it. I was just like waiting.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the window comes out, I was like kind of putting my card in there, just like messing with it.
Yeah.
I dropped it. It went into my door. My credit card went into my car door. I didn't know that was a thing that could happen.
Oh.
It went, apparently, in my head, it would just stop. I didn't think it would be, I don't know, which, yeah, now thinking about it, it makes sense because your window goes down. So obviously there's not just like nothing there, but it went fully into my door.
Yeah.
Which is a problem this week because I would just, get a new card, but we've booked all the hotels for this trip on that card.
Yeah.
And I need that card to like have at the hotel. Sometimes hotels like, you have to show me that card. So I took the door, mechanic Kendahl, took the inside of my car door off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in there. So it's behind the metal, which I could technically take off, but I'm like, I'm not qualified to do that. But when I called the card company, I was like, they have had people lose their card on a trip before. Like, that's a thing. And I'm not on the trip yet, but I'm like, maybe they haven't had someone. First of all, I went to an auto repair store and they were like, you what?
Yeah.
You did what? It made me feel crazy. I was like, no one's ever done this. No one's ever dropped their credit card in a car door. I know it's probably not common, but you must have heard of this. Like, this has happened before. It can't just be me. They all were like, that's crazy. No, we don't do that. And we don't help with that. No one would help me. Then I called the credit card place.
I would have helped you with that.
Thank you. And then I called, they acted like they didn't even know what to do with that. They were like, I've never heard of that happening. Then I called the credit card place and I was like, So I've booked this hotel on this credit card, but I don't have the credit card. Is there a way to get like a digital card, like whatever? And they were like, yeah, we don't really have any, we can't really help you with that. And I was like, someone must be on all the time, I assume, someone is on a trip and has lost their credit card.
Yeah.
It just made me feel crazy.
Both of those scenarios, both people working at the auto shop and the actual like bank are, they're idiots. The thing is you call, I mean, when Naomi's car got broken into, they literally had someone take the entire door apart so they could install the window.
Right. Well, that's what I said. I said, if the window breaks,
yeah,
you would have to do all of this anyways.
Literally just be like, okay, so new scenario. Let's say the window's broken, right? Could you guys put the window in the car and disassemble the door? They'd probably say yes. The thing is I think they heard credit card and they're like, you can't pay.
Right. I think I got them confused. But even that, I was surprised. I was like, none of you have ever heard of this. I have a hard time believing that I'm the first person who's dropped their credit card down. Because that's such a normal thing to do. I feel like you're like waiting for something in a drive-thru and you're kind of like hitting your credit card on the side of your door.
Yeah.
I mean, that feels normal. I don't know. That doesn't feel that crazy to me. Anyways, big mistake, but we figured it out. But
well, actually, the bank. Did you call? What time did you call?
This was last night, like 6 p.m.
Well, I mean, they're not going to make a card. I mean, is it like a?
No, I don't need them to make a card. I need them to, because it's not going to get to me in time.
Yeah.
I need some way to confirm that these hotels are going to let me stay there, even though I don't have a personal copy of the card I paid with. And I can't change the card because I paid with points.
Well, then why would you call the bank if you should call the hotel?
Well, that's what they said. So then and that is what they said.
Oh.
But the hotel was closed because it's in Germany.
Yes.
So we'll see when we get there. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But my partner really likes to know the plan.
Yeah.
So, that's why we're trying to figure it out. But I was just like, but in the same with this tattoo thing, I'm like, that's so rude. Don't act like you've never seen someone make a mistake, okay?
Yeah, okay, maybe the bank people are reasonable, but like,
she was very nice. Her name was Candace. I literally remember because she was an absolute treat.
There's a term for these types of people who get you riled up when there's a simple solution. They're called alarmists, right? My mom does this, right? You miss an exit on the highway, even though there's a second exit right there. Oh my God! Right. When are we ever gonna make it to the grocery store? Fuck! 5 minutes late? No, we can't turn around. We can't exit. Like, it's like,
Your mom was already crazy because she would make appointments at grocery stores.
Yeah.
They were like, once again, ma'am, you don't have to tell us when you're coming.
Alarmists they want to freak you out. Like, it's the same thing at, like, the DMV. Hey, my ID is in my car. I'll be right back. You're going to have to get back in line. You know that you haven't, you know what I mean? You're like, oh my God, dude. She's like, it's a simple fix. Sorry,
Right.
I don't mean to freak everyone out. That's just how they do that. They get off on like freaking you out.
Yeah.
Because the thing is emotions motivate actions, but the thing is someone else's emotions can motivate your actions, right? If you can cause an emotional reaction out of someone, it actually fuels you for the rest of the day, right? Yeah. You sufficiently freaked people out, right? Yeah. And if your job is boring and humdrum, of course there's no excitement. You freak out the person that you tell is missing a form, and now you watch their entire life crumble before their eyes because they literally did not have time to. This is the only time they could have done this. Now you're feeding off someone else that's freaking out. People feed off your energy. So
it's why I'm grateful I had. My childhood was wonderful, but there was a lot of chaos, I feel like, sometimes. Yeah. And I'm grateful for it because I do feel like I truly am just like, anything, we'll figure it out. It's fine. And I genuinely feel that way. It's not even me putting on like a defense mechanism where I'm like, I'll freak out if I don't pretend everything. I truly am like, it's fine. And I think people... We talked about this with money before, where it's like I didn't grow up with a ton of money. So I think my money anxiety is less than some people I know. Because I know I'm like, yeah, if you don't have money, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Versus I think there's some people who like their parents always had everything work out. Everything was always okay. They never had anything go wrong. They always had enough money. And those people are like the most anxious people because it's like the unknown. They're like, I don't know what I would do if that happened.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know we would just have to die, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that.
They have scarcity mindset.
But I think some people view it, they usually think usually people like scarcity mindset feels like someone who grew up with that, not a lot. And obviously sometimes it is.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it's the opposite too, or someone's never had scarcity.
Yeah.
Is that the right way you'd say it? Someone's
they've
always had everything. They've always had excess.
Yeah.
So they have scarcity mindset because it feels like they're like, if I ever ran out, I don't even know what I would do because I've never been in that scenario before.
Yeah. The trick is, if there's someone who's an alarmist that you can't escape, usually I would just tell you to cut them off, or, it's a DMV employee. You always got to fake them out, right? When they try to freak you out, this is how you respond. Straight face for the next 5 minutes, right? They are now taken aback, right? They now realize that you realize what they're doing, but you're not being confrontational about it because you didn't say anything, right?
Right.
Give them a look of genuine horror and then drop all emotion, and they'll reset. Trust me. Okay, now gift guides for the holidays.
Yes, gift guides.
Yes.
We've got some gift guides going on. Okay, well, I went through gift guides and I picked out some that I thought were fun and a good idea. And then I obviously, like I said, I picked out some articles that talk about what's the most popular this year because I always think that's fun. I tried to do an array, some stuff that's cheaper, some stuff that's a little bougie. But I think the best advice you can do for gift giving is, first of all, you don't have to get them, is the first advice I give you.
Yes.
Because I know people just get worked up over the gift giving.
Yeah.
And I know some people who are like, I cannot afford gifts, but I need to get my mother-in-law something really nice. I'm like, you really don't. Like, if you, I just think people don't care. I think if you come and you bring a fun energy and, you can even tell people. I just think honesty is the best policy. If you're like, listen, I am struggling this year, but I really want to spend it with you guys. Don't have any gifts, but, I think that makes people more comfortable. For me, if I know someone's struggling and I've seen that they've bought me an expensive gift, I'm like, this makes me very uncomfortable because I don't want to put you in a bad spot. Anyways, that's my first advice. But my second advice, if you're like, what should I get? I think it's always good to get something that they use already, but the bougiest version of it. Yeah. Or in the middle, like a nicer version. If you know they love a face mask and they're always getting just face masks from Target, get them a $15 sheet mask. Yeah. Which $15 is a pretty affordable gift. Yeah. But it's a bougie face mask, if you know what I mean. So I think, unless you're doing a cream mask, but I mean a sheet mask. You know what I'm saying? Just up the thing that they already use. Yeah. I think. So anyways, I found some ones on here. These are all from TikTok. There's a lot of people that do really great gift guides. Eli Rallo just did a really good one. Who's been on our podcast. But the first one that I thought was really good is there's a $15, I think it's $15. It's a salt cellar. Have you seen this? No. It's a salt cellar. So you'd put fancy salt in it. Okay. So it's you can get them a bunch of different places, but there's one from Target. So I think it's pretty affordable. And you put the salt in it, and then there's a lid on it, and there's a wooden spoon on top of the lid that fits into the lid. Yeah. And so I think if you got that, if your friend likes to cook, get that, and then a Malden salt, is that what it's called? Those it's fancy salt, Malden salt, I think. Get them that and a salt cellar. I thought that would just be so cute.
Oh yeah, that would be really cute.
If they like to cook. That's my first idea.
My also another general gift guide thing is if you don't have a lot of money and the other person's love language is quality time, but you don't have a lot of eye contact that you want to give someone, or you don't really want to talk to them the entire time, a Groupon for a class, right?
Oh yeah, great. An experience is a good one.
You need to be okay. If the person you're going with is not judgmental, sit right next to them. If they are judgmental, get close to the instructor and sit opposite them, right? They can't judge your work. And if they're going to judge your work, they have to judge your work in front of a professional who could easily check this entire situation.
Okay, yeah.
So you got to be strategic with that. Pottery especially.
Yeah, experience is great. I think that's always a wonderful gift. Sometimes those can be a little expensive, but I think it's a great gift.
I mean, it depends. If it's a specialized class, like the neon bending class that I took at the Museum of Neon Art. Speaking of which, I went to this craft show 2 Sundays ago, and I was walking around. This girl's like, Sarah Shower. And I was like,
God.
Hi, I look like shit. Because it's actually a whole thing. I accidentally walked 2 miles around the park when I could have walked 200 feet.
Oh, man.
There was a train. Okay, so she says hi, and she has her own booth, and she's like, I saw that you went to that neon bending class at the Museum of Neon Art, so I took one. I did that as well, and I made a self-portrait, and she showed me her neon.
A self-portrait? That's amazing.
Out of neon, and then she went to school for it in Washington.
Because of that?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I know.
You've changed so many lives, Sarah.
I know.
You changed the whole course of that person's life.
Yeah, but so a class is a really great thing, especially if there's a tangible item to take home, at the end of it. Neon is, it is actually very painful to fuck up, but it's actually a really cool thing to take home.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's true. Those are great. Yeah, I think an experience is always great.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got a fitness girly in your life, I think the ball of bangles are kind of an affordable little gift that people are like, that's nice.
Yeah.
I would be excited to get those. Or a pickleball set.
Okay.
I think a pickleball set, if you want to go a little more expensive, is really great because you can get really specific ones.
Yeah.
So you could really get one, like if they love Diet Coke, you can get them a Diet Coke pickleball set. Like you can really get them, and it is a little more expensive, but I think that's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Have you ever played pickleball?
I have not, but I've heard great things.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I've never played it, but I hear it's fun. Today's episode is sponsored by Cook Unity, and I am always over the moon to talk about Cook Unity because I actually use it. It is so incredible and convenient. I feel like during the holidays, anytime I go to someone's house, they're like, make sure to bring a holiday-themed soup. Make sure to bring a holiday cookie. So my kitchen is a mess, and I've made all this stuff for parties that I'm going to for the holidays, and I'm like, I don't want to make dinner. I never want to make dinner, especially during the holidays, and Cook Unity saves me so much. It is absolutely incredible. There are dozens of chefs, real life chefs. I mean, truly, like, these are chefs I follow on Instagram already before I knew what Cook Unity was. And then I was on Cook Unity. I was like, oh my God, there's that chef I follow. These are real life professional chefs. And they offer a wide variety of cuisines. You can select from over 350 meals, and it's so specific if you have dietary restrictions, if you're keto, if you're vegetarian, gluten-free, they have it all. It's a flexible, commitment-free subscription. Skip deliveries, pause, or cancel anytime, and enjoy restaurant-quality meals for a fraction of the price. Subscriptions start as low as $11 a meal. Go to cookunity.com/BCC or enter code BCC before checking out for 50% off your first week. That's 50% off your first week by using code BCC or going to cookunity.com/BCC.
I love the bangles. It sounds like QVC. But like if you know someone who does like at-home workouts where like they do like a stair stepper or like a treadmill or like home exercises, anything with like weights to your feet and arms because it adds resistance. And if they go to the gym a lot, I don't know about like, I mean, they could probably just go up a weight, but like if they're at home, you give them resistance. Or, if you got a parent who wants to take walks more.
Yeah.
Put some weight on them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is another one. I think what I tried to find, too, for like more affordable is something that's nice, but it's smaller.
Yeah.
So a pair of salad tongs.
Oh, and a good salad bowl. And then while you're at it, go to thesaladlab.com and get the Salad Lab book. Because that woman is a genius.
Well, there you go. That's a perfect gift. And you could put the book in the salad bowl.
Seriously, actually, no, that is a great, okay, so go to I love the Salad Lab. This is not sponsored, but I love this woman's book. Go get the Salad Lab book, and in the beginning, it tells you a breakdown of everything you need for, like, salads. And tongs are a great thing. You also need the bowl, and then just general ingredients. And that's a considerate way that's not just, like, when a man buys his wife a treadmill.
Right.
Like, this is like a whole, like, if you make it appear like, basket, or you add some crafty elements to it, it's a tasteful way, like, oh, this is something that I've always wanted to do for someone. Or like, I thought, like, I just love the wood and I know that you like salads. That's a tasteful way to present a healthy lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. That's a great
one.
That's a great one. And I think salad tongs are great because there's such an array.
Yes.
You can get $200 salad tongs.
Yes.
And, or you can get $30 salad tongs that are still really fancy and luxury, or you can get $5 salad tongs. But they have some really nice salad tongs.
Yeah. This is, my mom is one of those people who, like, you give her a Christmas list and she doesn't buy anything on it. She buys her interpretation of what you want.
Perfect. That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yes. My brother was getting super into, like, sushi and fish, and he wanted, like, a specific knife set, right? And so, like, this is one of the only things he asked for. On Christmas, my mom got him a $400 cutting board.
That's like a narcissist, right? Because that feels purposeful.
Yeah.
That feels like I want to make you feel bad. But then it's so easy to turn it around because how dare you be ungrateful? It's like so deeply malicious.
And the thing is that she It was a wood cutting board, and she knew that he was going to be preparing a lot of raw fish.
Which you can't do in a raw.
Yeah, you shouldn't. And like, it's specifically for this cutting board. Like, it's not a fish cutting board. And so I was like, not only is it not the instrument, you can't even do what you want on it. But the thing is, it's a nice gift. So, you know, she can argue I spent a whole lot of money on that.
But that's why, I feel like that's why you would even do it. It's just so, that's the worst.
Strategic.
Or I think about it all the time, like when you do like a adoptive family.
Oh, yeah.
People talk about this a lot where it's like, yes, adopting a family is great for the holidays if you are able to do it. But they run into so many problems where people will be like, all I want is a pair of boots.
Yeah.
Like warm boots. And then someone gifts them like a dollar store pair of boots.
Yeah.
And it's like, just don't. That's so mean.
Yes.
Like I think it's just like it almost is worse receiving like the worst version of what you wanted.
Yeah.
And there's a middle ground, of course. Like if your kid wants a pair of Gucci shoes, like that's not always plausible.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes people will just do the absolute bare minimum in a way that's like, just don't get me the thing I wanted then, because now I feel wasteful getting the thing I want for myself because I have this thing, but I don't want this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. If you're gonna, like adopt a child for the holidays or like, take on their Christmas list, it is always 100% quality over quantity. A lot of people make the mistake of, these kids want a lot of gifts. No, they want high quality things, right? Like the shoes, the jacket, the socks, and the underwear especially, right? And also you have to understand if like they're in the foster care system, they are moving a lot, right? If you didn't even give them a physical bag to take their stuff in, they can't keep all of it, right? And also if it's just, so always quality over quantity. And then second off, there's another point I was going to make. You know, like how influencers are like, I gave this unhoused person like $1,000 and now look at me and I'm filming them. I don't like that. But what I do allow is when you go to like a Staples or a Target, right? And you pick like a wish list from a kid that we can't see and you buy it all. You film that video and then you donate it and that's all we see of it. Because the thing is you're going to influence behavior. Yeah. You did not put a child or their information on camera, right? Mm. And while it is like, oh, wow, look at you being this great person, other people will now do that. And it's a way to ethically exploit the needs of children.
Sure, exactly.
Sorry, yes, keep going.
No, I agree. I just think that's always a bummer because I'm like, I think there's just this like energy of like, well, anyone who's struggling financially should just be grateful for what they have, what they get. And it's like, no. Also, I think it's like they tell you on the form, like it's like usually for a family, you should expect to like it to be $200 to $300 a person. Yeah. And it's like, that's a lot. If you pick out a family of 5 people, you are going to be spending like close to $2,000. Yeah. It's an expensive thing to adopt a family for Christmas. Yes. But don't do it and then be like, he wants a pair of Adidas shoes? Yeah. I can't do that. I'm going to go. It's like, what are you doing? This is a charity thing you're doing. You can't. Yeah. And there's other ways. The reason I think it irritates me too is because there are other ways you can. I'm not like, if you don't have money, you just shouldn't help anyone. It's like, no, there are many ways if you don't have a ton of money to like give back in a like less expensive way around the holidays. Yeah. But to pick like the most expensive thing you could do and then just like do it really badly. Yeah. Feels like worse than not doing it. It's like that. It feels so mean.
Yeah. Like, there's actually, what's it like a bell or like, not a bell graph, but when giving a gift to someone you love deeply, or someone you don't know at all as an act of charity, what they deserve should not come into factor. Right. Right. If you gotta, go to a coworker Christmas or like you're going home and you don't like these people, what they deserve is what you gotta factor in. If you're doing charity, if you love someone from the deepest pits of your soul, what they deserve in evaluating their worth is not what comes to mind. Right. Like, so if they wrote down Adidas shoes, right? And this is an act of charity, you cannot assess their worth, right? Because right off the bat, you know that if you're doing charity, they don't have a lot to their name. To then devalue them by saying, oh, they don't deserve this, right? That's rude, right? So just get them what they asked for or don't volunteer. Right. Or go somewhere, volunteer somewhere else. I mean, I know it's an expensive thing, but I think that happens always to people like, I adopted a family. They want what? Yeah. And it's like, they want usually much less than what like most kids ask for. Mm-hmm.
or adults ask for, I think it's this like realization where you're like, wait, but I'm just giving this to, like, I think people do it and then they like are like, wait, this is a lot of money. And I'm like, yeah, have you ever had a kid for Christmas? It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, it's expensive.
And you also have to realize, like, this is probably like what they're going to wear like for most of the year. So yeah, make it really high quality. It's just like people are so, you always like apply your own situation to other people. It's like just because you have a million shoes and you don't have this pair of shoes doesn't mean that this other person deserves. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm realizing as I'm reading through this, I have a lot of like cooking ones, but you know, my wife likes cooking. So, but I think it's a good too if you have a person that likes to host.
Yeah.
You've got a friend that's kind of fancy. Getting them I think it's pronounced graza, olive oil.
Yes.
Is a good one because it's like something that feels ridiculous to buy for yourself because you're like, do I need to get a $38 bottle of olive oil? That feels insane, but you do want it, and it's nice to receive something as a gift you want to buy for yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think I inhaled some Red Bull.
You okay?
I think with like if you have a person in your life, like Jordan loves cooking, so like Jordan would appreciate this. You could also like anyone would love a great bottle of olive oil. If there's anyone in your life who collects or is super interested in a certain thing, like going for the more expensive thing actually is a really nice gesture. Even if you're like, I would never personally spend $120 on Legos. Like this person is a collector.
Yeah.
So like this is like, you know, Jordan, I mean, you would probably never be like, I'm going to go for the $38.
No.
But the fact, if Jordan will see something that's $38, like a really nice thing of olive oil, and it communicates not just I will spend the money on you.
Yeah.
I know that you will appreciate this.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Starface pimple patches. I think it's a fun thing to throw in there.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, it's annoying to have to buy so many of them. People love them. It's fun. Throw it in. If you got the salad bowl, throw some Starface pimple patches in there. Or if that can be it. I think it's also like if you know someone always is wearing them, that's enough. That makes someone feel seen where they're like, oh, you see that I use these. Thank you.
Yeah. I usually I don't like when someone puts like everyday items in a stocking, but if it's everyday items that are weirdly expensive, pimple patches are like $20 now.
Yeah.
I would love to see that in there. And then this is weird. Razors are so expensive. Yeah. Like if you like go, if you steal my phone, go through the frequently bought thing on, you know, what's that shopping app?
Shopify?
No, it's like
I know
DoorDash, not DoorDash. Postmates. No, not Postmates.
Uber Eats?
Not Uber Eats.
The shopping thing.
You get it like you get like staple stuff delivered to your door. Like they go to the store and they pick it up for you.
Oh, Instacart.
Instacart, yeah. Go on someone's frequently bought on Instacart. Don't get the like, you know, the cheap stuff that they get every time. Get the stuff that like, you know, when they're shopping, they're like, do I need more razors?
Right.
Or can I use the old one? Buy all that type of stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that it's like, it's you can feel the guilt when you buy it.
Yeah, the frequently, you know, like when you go through like a Target aisle and you see someone, you know, like put the shaving cream down, you're like, a decision was made here.
Because we don't technically need shaving cream. It's like a nice shaving oil or even just a regular shaving oil. It's like,
yes.
Anytime you buy it, you're like, I don't really need this, but I would like it.
Yeah.
It's nice. Okay, jelly cats are very in.
Ooh.
Do you know a jelly cat?
No, but I've heard of
They're those really adorable stuffed animals. Okay. They're very expensive. I mean, they are very, very, very expensive.
Okay.
Some of those are like $200.
Oh,
but
they're so cute.
People love them. They're so fun. Now, I was like, well, how could we make a jelly cat less expensive? Because people love to receive. It feels very exciting to receive one. But I also know bag chains are really in this year.
Yes.
That's what I was learning online. Apparently, bag chains are it. So they have a lot of bag chains. Jelly cats. They're like $28 so you can get a jelly cat, but it's tiny and it clips to your back.
Cute.
I thought that would be fun.
I love that.
And jelly cat's great because they have a lot of, it's vast. It's a very vast array. So you really can get, you know, if your husband loves to golf, you can get a golf ball jelly cat and put it on their back. I don't know how men work, but that's a good one. I put a framed photo. I think it's a classic. And I do think it is the easiest thing to do. It's very inexpensive. And anytime I've received a framed photo, it feels really intense. Like I'm like, oh my God. I mean, don't do it to someone. You have to do it with someone specific.
Yeah.
But like a partner or a really close friend, it always feels like very, very sweet.
Yeah.
And thoughtful.
Yes.
And exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Another thing of mine that I think is good, any sort of air tags, especially always
Oh, yeah.
always buy the keychain for it. Like even if you just buy the straight up air tags, the people who are forgetful are not going to remember to buy the keychains for it. But like, put it on, like help someone with their keys or their wallet or something they lose very frequently. Their phone is going to be really ironic. But no, yeah, and just like kind of help them. And then also my other thing is, crap, what was I just... if you got any loved one in your life who likes to game or uses their computer a lot and it's a desktop, if you do some guerrilla cable management, right? You don't tell them and then you just like do some cable management for them. That's really nice.
What do you mean?
Well, guerrilla was just a fun little thing. But cable management, like when someone's a gamer or like when someone works from home and then you just see all the wires underneath their desk.
Oh my God. I did this for Jordan. I got a little box online that you put and it makes it look so nice.
Yeah, like just get someone like some cable management, maybe like a cute little neon light,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Or a really nice chair for back support.
Oh, yeah.
You always look at a dude sitting on a fold-out chair in the middle of the living room, and you're like, this is enough.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. This is fancier. I got some fancy ones on here, but, it's the Gustav Westman chunky vase. Have you seen?
No.
I think if you have someone who's a little they're a cool girl, they like to have nice things. Once again, a host, I think that's a really nice gift. And I think it's something that they would use. And once again, it feels like a thing that it's silly to spend this much on a vase because vases are something I could put my flowers in a mason jar.
Yeah.
But it's very nice. I also threw this in there, a holiday Lego set.
Oh, yeah.
And I love a thing like this because you get the holiday Lego set, and then if you have a chill Christmas day, you can build the Lego set.
That is so
with
true.
your family. I think if you have family that you hate, we talked about this a little last episode.
Yeah.
An activity is great.
Yes, because it's very hard to talk to someone and build Lego sets at the same time. But there's a couple holiday Lego sets, and I'm going to recommend one that's on the more affordable side. I'm not even looking at notes. The wreath set.
Yes, I saw that one.
So good. Also, there is the Christmas Town, which is a little bit more involved. I think that is really cool. There's the holiday train, I believe, but always the wreath set is the one that you want to. That's an everyone gift.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I will. What you did say about the chunky vase. The thing is people really underestimate how beautiful dishware is.
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing. This is always out of left field. You got like a femme in your life or someone on the cusp of 30 with their own place. They're finally on their own. It feels very mature and really nice to get them a nice set of dishes. Maybe not from Target or go to Anthropologie and get them like a set of nice dishes with it that's like colorful or something like that. Because it feels like someone is whimsically taking you seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have like a storage cabinet for it, but like a nice set of glasses or drinking glasses from Anthropologie. Just because there's something about it that says, I support your lifestyle of getting wildly drunk.
Yeah.
But I would like for you to start doing it tastefully.
Right.
Yeah,
you look like an idiot right now.
And this is the thing. If you're not used to buying expensive dishware, then this is going to be the last thing on your mind.
Right.
But you get... Someone shows up with a nice set of, or if you don't want to get brand new ones, always go to like a thrift store, and usually they have like a lot of like teacup sets, but you can also find like dish sets, not just the plain white ones. If that is their style. But the thing is once you get those, test them for lead. If it's fine, there's test strips online, you can get them, and then individually like kind of present them in a nice way. It's affordable and it's really cute. It's mature and whimsical.
I love that.
Yeah.
I found this is one of my favorite gift ones on this list because I think it's really cheap. Well, as gifts go, it's pretty affordable, and I think it applies to a lot of people. If you have a dog lover in your life, I never know how to pronounce it, but they make mostly shampoo for humans. Is it Ouai? It's the Ouai. Ouai.
Okay.
They make a really nice dog shampoo.
Interesting.
That apparently smells incredible, and people use it are like, for weeks, my dog smells amazing. So I think that's a really cute gift to get for your dog-loving friend, because that feels, nothing feels more luxurious than getting fancy shampoo for your dog.
Yes.
And I will say, I buy pretty fancy shampoo and conditioner for my dog, and it does make her smell literally incredible.
Yeah. And just like, I was going to say backpacking off of that.
I got you.
Piggybacking. If you have a friend with like a hairy animal, right? Even if they have allergies or not, like it's a, what's that? An air purifier?
Oh, yeah.
Like a really nice one is just like, these are the gifts that are perfect to buy are the gifts where you're always like, do I need that?
Right. Do I need that?
Should I get that?
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's like that LED face light.
Yes.
Is it LED? I don't know.
It
that
is,
face
yeah,
light.
yeah.
I've wanted it for so long, but it's so expensive. And once this is not a cheap gift, but it's so expensive. And I'm like, every time I go to buy it, I'm like, what are you doing? You do not need that. You don't need this.
Well, red light therapy is really helpful for like healing and stuff like that. And like yeah, so if you're prone to like breakouts or infections.
What else does it do? Does it anti-age? I don't know what that means.
I think so. It like stimulates collagen production. Don't quote me on this.
Okay.
But I do have a red light at my house. It's just in the closet somewhere. It's not a face mask. It's just for general therapy.
What do you want for the holidays this year? Did you get anything you wanted?
A bunch of Lego sets. I want to get some frames, like, because I'm starting a new gallery wall. I'd have to like put it together, but I know that I want a dish set from Crate and Barrel. I've been eyeing it. So the dishes are like, I fucking love really nice dishes. I also collect teacups. Like that's something that I do. That's why I always know to test for lead. People always like see me post like photos of the teacups and they're like, you know, if it's, you gotta, I'm like, I already tested for lead. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
But, sorry.
I don't think you are.
What else do I want? I don't really need anything else. There are some books that I have on my TBR that I need to get.
I love that. I love that. I really.
What do you want?
I want to take horseback riding lessons.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it, but that could be fun if I got those for free. If someone got me horseback
Absolutely.
riding. I mean, mostly I'm talking about my fiance. It would be insane for anyone else to spend that much money getting me horseback riding lessons. I'm like, Sarah, we'll see if you got it for me. No, this is really just for my fiance, but that would be fun to get.
Yeah.
I want that mask.
Yeah.
That red light mask. I love self-care stuff. I would love a really nice robe, but I really want the right robe. I almost feel like I want to buy my own robe because I want it to be really good.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get a robe because a robe feels like a really big commitment because it's like once you really only need one robe.
Yeah.
And then it's like once you've gotten that robe, it lasts pretty long.
Yeah.
It's kind of like whatever robe you have is the robe you're going to have until you're like for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I want a big, nice robe though. I really want these socks. They're like the TNA socks because they're just like dumb. They're like, it's like, why would I need that? But it just seemed like all the trendy girls online wear them.
Yeah.
And honestly, they were wearing them like 2 years ago. So I don't even know if it's trendy anymore. I probably don't think it is. But I've for 2 years have been like, oh, I wish I could have those.
Yeah.
But it just feels silly. So that would be a fun thing to get.
Yeah.
I mean, I love reading. I'm bad, but I love a gift card.
Yeah.
Like I would love a Dunkin' gift card and a Barnes & Noble gift card.
Oh, yeah.
Or a gift card to a local bookshop or something.
Yeah.
That would be really nice because I think it's like I do those things anyways, but it just makes it fun to have a gift card.
Yeah.
It's like a free little, it's like fun. I like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, that's a lot, I guess.
Yeah. If you're, if you have someone in your life who wants to shop for you, but they don't know how to buy for you, you could make a shared Pinterest board. And the thing is just load it up with stuff and tell them, I don't want all of this, but I want all of this, right? If you pick and choose any of this, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Right? Like people always do that with like wedding rings where they're like, you know, subtly sharing a Pinterest board with their boyfriend of like 10 years. And they're like, so this is what I would want. You could do that with like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could also do a mood board in your home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, well, this is what's saying. It says, this is an article from the New York Post. It says 43 Christmas gifts ideas inspired by your 2024 TikTok For You page. So that'd be fun, internet related.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to zoom through because some of them aren't that interesting. Oh, this one is, I feel like you see it everywhere. Oh, this is actually not what I thought it was. This is the espresso martini gift set where you make an espresso martini. But I feel like you see everywhere that espresso martini candle.
Oh, yeah,
Have
yeah.
you seen?
Yes.
I think that's fun for someone who loves espresso martinis.
Yes. And
Just think of one thing your friend likes. Like, be like, what is the thing she likes to do? And then it feels so special when you get them something related to that.
Oh, yeah. Another fun gag gift is not even a specific gift. Go on Etsy and type a curse word, whether it be bitch or whore.
Oh, yeah.
Press enter, see what comes up. Because
That's good
normally it's very funny, right? It's like a custom, like, candle. It's not even a t-shirt. It's not like, I mean, some of it is like gag gift, but some of it is really tasteful, obscene stuff.
Yeah.
You
really
know?
good.
Yeah.
That's fun. Also, I have to say, on the list this year is this Tarte. I can't see it because it's, let's see, the Tartelette
Yeah.
In Bloom clay eyeshadow palette. Now, I have to say, so when I was 18 years old,
Yeah.
my girlfriend at the time had this palette.
Yeah.
And I took it, not on purpose, but it was like, I used it and I borrowed
Yeah.
it and then we broke up and then I still had it. I know it's bad because it's fully expired. I still use this palette that I got from my girlfriend when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And the rocker color
Yeah.
is good. And I do think this palette is all you need in terms of eyeshadow.
Mm-hmm.
Although recently I got a brand sent me liquid eyeshadow.
Yes.
New obsession.
Yes.
I love a liquid. I think I'm like, I don't wear makeup because I get so sensory. It just I need it off my face immediately.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm finding like liquid stuff makes me feel a lot better.
Yes.
If I do a liquid eyeshadow, obviously like a liquid concealer, a liquid blush, I don't feel like I'm really, I mean, obviously it's very light natural makeup, but I can actually do that and it feels nice.
Yeah.
Versus any powder makes me feel like I'm going to sneeze.
I love a big, thick powder.
That is why I can't.
But I'm also trying to send a message, right?
Sure.
I
Yours
want
is
you
a
to,
message.
I want you to see my makeup. But I understand. You want to, easy breezy.
I want it to feel almost like skincare, but it's not. You know what I mean? I have I touch my face so much. I mean, I'm just not. Pre-pandemic, I wore makeup all the time, but I just can't do it now.
This is just general makeup advice if you're buying makeup for someone else. Really take into account their skin tone and not just like complexion color, because this is a great palette. This is very great for someone who's fair skin. But also the thing is if your partner is like cool or warm undertones or more neutral and you're like, how do I tell? What colors do they look best in? And then my girlfriend looks best in this color orange, this color blue. If you're going to buy them makeup, ask the Sephora employee.
Oh, yeah.
Show me a cool tone or warm tone, right? Because I swear to God, I mean, makeup is something where the thought does not count.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I haven't had a man shop for me for makeup in, actually, no, Postmates or whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah, you had Instacarted you some makeup.
When you Instacart makeup and a man goes in the store and he's like, I'm like, talk to someone. Okay, but yeah, so that's just my general advice.
Yeah, that's good advice. They also have got candle holders, like fancy candle holders. I think that's great.
Oh, yes, I love a good candelabra, too. Oh, if you got a spooky bitch in your life, you want an affordable, cool candelabra.
Yeah.
Go to like a thrift store, right? No one ever touches the candelabras except me, right? And then get them a really nice long nightgown.
Oh, yeah.
And a sleeping hat.
Well, there you go.
And give them a whole vision,
yeah,
right?
Scrooge, just like Scrooge.
Like, and then that way they could be like, because it's Christmas, they're going to they'll understand a creepy, like full outfit reference moment.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. They also have on here you can get a in-home Pilates board. Now, I always hesitate. You're not going to use it, unfortunately,
I cannot
ever.
believe you just skipped over the Lego Icon succulent
Well, I
set.
thought we already talked about it. I'm so sorry. Lego, you got to do the succulents everyone wants, and it's bougie, isn't it?
Yes,
They're fancy.
there are about 4 different succulent sets that you should get, but sorry. There's around 8 different plants. But yes, the succulent set is very nice. And what would be cool too, though, is that you can rearrange it. You don't have to keep it in a square pattern.
Okay.
If you got like a tiny, cute little planter for like a window, but hook it on the inside, and then you put your succulents on the inside, like a kitchen window.
So cute.
So cute.
So cute. Oh, I also saw in here, they have this Mrs. Anderson's baking syrup honey dispenser. Now, I don't know. At first glance, I almost went today, I'm going to buy this for myself right now.
Okay.
Because how cute is that? But I don't like a kitchen gadget that you need to put on a plate because it's so messy.
Uh-huh.
Because where are you going to store this? How would you store this? honey is going to constantly be on your counter, right?
Yeah.
That's a no from me. Silk pillowcase, that's great.
No, wait, it has its little container that you
Never mind. I will be buying this.
Okay.
But still, that feels like it will look bad because that container is going to be filled with honey,
Yeah.
like over time.
Yes.
And cleaning honey, there's nothing worse.
Mm-hmm.
There's absolutely nothing worse.
No.
I almost had a friendship end over honey one time.
Really?
It eventually ended later anyways. But I'm just going to say it. She came to my house with 2 hams, said, can I make honey baked hams in your oven?
Yeah.
It was for a Friendsgiving. I was like, sure, put them in the oven. She spilled honey all over the inside of my oven. I mean, it was everywhere. It was like, it was pounds of honey baked into the bottom of my oven. Now, if this was a one-time thing, it'd be different. But this was very much her energy all the time. It took me, 9 hours to clean this oven and scrape all the honey off. It was absolutely terrible.
Oh, my God.
And I always think about that. I'm trying to find, you've got eye masks. Come on.
But silk
Headphones,
pillowcases.
silk pillowcases are good. Do you use a silk pillowcase?
Oh, yeah. If
Me too.
who you're in love with has any curl pattern, any type of extension, any sort of like additional hair piece added, if they have hair thinning, if they have general facial redness, if they've got any issue that they've said that, oh, this is just something, don't highlight it, but get them some nice silk pillowcases.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
The lineage, I don't know.
Lineage, yeah.
Lineage lip sleeping masks. Apparently that's in this year. These are the most popular ones of the year.
Well, I have the Lineage.
What do you think of it?
Oh yeah, it's really good. And then for the Apple AirPods Max noise canceling, absolutely not. If you're in love with someone with a massive head, steer clear of Bose and Apple headphones, right? Like you need to you need to think bigger, right? And
Literally.
there needs to be an option to expand, right? Especially if your big-headed love wears the headphones all day long. I have a massive skull, you know. You gotta get something that adjusts the width. So this will not do. No.
That will not do.
Yeah.
That will not do. You could do AirPods.
Yes.
You could do a Stanley Cup. Come on. I will say last year I was gifted a Stanley Cup and it was an incredible gift.
Yes.
Well, what actually happened, and I felt bad, my really good friend Andrew gifted Jordan a Stanley Cup. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because that morning, Jordan and I had been talking about Stanley Cups, and I was like, I really want one. And they were like, that feels so stupid to get a Stanley Cup. It's like, it's just a trend. It's like, whatever. I've seen online that they spill. Like, they were really shitting on the Stanley Cup. And I was like, I know, but I just really want one. Then we have our friends come over to do kind of a friend gift exchange. Andrew gets Jordan a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And Jordan immediately looked at me and was like, oh my God, poor Kendahl wanted this. And I was shitting on it. And now I got one. And I think I have a good poker face, apparently not, looked so sad that the next day Andrew brought me a Stanley Cup.
Oh my God.
Which was, I felt really bad because I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not 5. I could also buy myself one. It's really okay. But I do love it. And it was a perfect gift because Stanley Cups to me are another thing that it's like, you do not need it at all. But we all, in our hearts, all of us want one.
Yes.
Even if people are saying they don't, you do. Mm-hmm. And so that's a great gift, I think.
Absolutely.
You're having a Stanley Cup right now.
Yeah, I got it for PR.
I like that one. It's tiny. I like that.
I think it's normal size. Am I like a man right now? It's normal size.
No, the other ones are way bigger, but I think sometimes they're too big. Mm-hmm. I think that's like a better
Oh, yeah,
size.
It's just the right size.
It's just perfect. What else? Dyson Airwrap, if they don't have it and you want to get your long-haired wife something really nice. Mm-hmm. A La Creuset. I mean, a La Creuset is a classic.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a La Creuset. I'm not a chef at all, and I still would be excited to receive a La Creuset pot.
Ooh, okay, for the blue collar guy, a blue collar breeze, and it's basically a backpack that's like a fan that cools you down while you work. I would actually,
nice.
When I'm deep in the midst of my period, this would actually, and I'm doing the laundry, I would love to wear this. You know what? I thought this was a backup generator, and I was like, that's also
a good gift as well.
A good gift, especially if you're going off grid.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Mm-hmm. And then the most popular, or not one of the most popular, is the Good and Beautiful Bible Study.
What?
This year, experiencing Stories from the Bible. I don't know. It's some Bible thing. I think I've seen this online where people are like, I always see a girl on TikTok who's like, I hate to say it, but if I'm being honest, I have not read the Bible. And then like her page is like a Christian page. And I'm kind of like, I don't know that much about being religious, but that feels crazy. And then all the comments are like, oh my God, girl, same. Like, I always feel so guilty I haven't read it, but like, it's so hard. And I'm like, listen, I'm not about to read the Bible, but that feels insane with the amount you guys are talking about this book. You know what I mean?
I've read the Bible a couple times. Not worth it.
But if you're like, you go to these people's pages and they're like, God first, Bible, whatever.
Bible second.
Bible second. I'm like, you haven't even read it. It's like when I read the book Attached and read the first 30 pages and then told everyone about it for years as if it was the greatest book of all time. I had not read it. That's what it felt like. I was like, wait, it feels like outing yourself so hard to say you haven't read the Bible if you're a hardcore Christian. But maybe it's more normal than I thought that would feel insane.
It's really normal. It's kind of normal. It's mainly a challenge that I think everyone's church does at the beginning of the year where they give you like an outline of like how you could do it week by week and like the sections that you should read. I think it gave me like the actual order of how the Bible, like if it put the Bible in chronological order is how I read it. Weird. But yeah, it's like usually something you start at the beginning of the year.
Well, it's funny because I do think sometimes I'll see these women online that are just like every morning they're reading their Bible. And I'm like, are you really? Like,
yeah.
What are you reading exactly? Because especially if you've, and I understand they're like, well, but to just like sit and read the Bible. On both sides, I'm like, if you haven't read the Bible and you're a hardcore Christian, that feels crazy. But also if you have, I'm like, have you? I'm like, it all feels crazy.
Yeah.
Because these women are reading ACOTAR and then they're reading the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm like, no way. They don't know what's going on. I've read a page of the Bible. It is uncomprehensible to me.
It's old.
80,000 people die in the first chapter in Genesis.
Don't get them a study Bible. Here's the thing. If you're already in love with a hardcore Christian, they already have a Bible. And more than anything, they'd like a
vibrator.
No, they'd like a notebook that has, maybe manifestation prompts or like what they learned from, favorite scripture. Your Christian friends already have a Bible. They would like really nice pens. They'd like a tabbing system because know that Bible is stuffed to the brim with like, here's the pamphlet or here's. Yeah, so give them a folder.
Well, there you go, you guys. As our happy holidays once again.
Happy holidays.
We appreciate you for listening. We hope this was helpful. Make sure to rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would say with gifts, like I said, think of one thing you know about a person. Go on Etsy and type it in.
Yes.
You'd be surprised. They've got little things for every different interest.
Yeah, and a homemade craft, I mean, everyone loves a good homemade craft, but the thing is if you're really sloppy with it, that actually is really hurtful. But like, yeah, a homemade craft is like valid too.
Yeah, you can always put it in a drawer if it's really ugly.
And then buy something immediately.
Yeah, it's not really a big deal. And most of all, important to remember that you buying someone a gift is one of the gifts they will receive, and don't stress yourself out too much. It is not your job to make every person on this earth have the most magical holiday season of all, because you're just one person, and who's making your holiday season magical?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
I was going to say Santa.
Well, yeah, same as me.
Yeah,
100%. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great week.
Thank you guys.
Bye.